The new bottom-up approach to explaining complex phenomena has fundamentally changed our traditional notion of scientific law. The classical laws amount to expressions of globally controlling principles. Because they're globally or universally valid, they yield testable predictions. But the bottom-up or synthetic mode of explanation is different. The classical laws remain implicit in these local generating rules, even though these rules typically permit a nearly infinite number of possible outcomes. It's generally impossible to know which outcome to expect. As we've seen, the path through the bifurcation tree depends on both chance and the chaotic behavior of the system itself. Nevertheless, in situations where we can observe a number of runs through the same bifurcation tree, we may see a regular pattern emerging. When this happens, we are once again in the presence of a classical, testable, universal law. In the bottom-up approach, the generating rules show us the process that will construct the future, but the future remains open and undetermined. The approach, therefore, entails a new liberated determinism. We may understand the future, but we can't predict it in any detail. Cellular automata and other techniques can model self-organization, evolution, and emergent behavior. These techniques provide a powerful new approach for understanding biology, the science of life. This approach may also help create a new science of social systems and perhaps even a science of intelligence itself. As one example, cellular automata are already providing new principles for understanding how a city structures itself as it grows. Other work is giving insight into the nature of learning and of how we form analogies. There's growing evidence that thought itself is an activity that's possible only at the critical point between order and chaos. It now begins to seem reasonable to expect that psychology and the social sciences may be transformed in the 21st century in the way that biology has been remade at the end of the 20th century. The American physicist Victor Weisskopf has said that science is the opposite of information. By this he means that science is not a collection of facts, but a process of discovery. And science is more. It's a world of ideas. The ideas that now lie at the heart of science are being transformed in a way that's unprecedented since the time of Newton. Science is revealing a world that's very different from the one we've known. It's stranger and more complex than the old one, but it's also freer and more alive. The science analyst Catherine Hales has described how this new scientific vision has changed our epistemology, or how we know what we know about science.
It is an underestimation to say that it has redefined what science means. Changed are not the disciplinary procedures and criteria of normal science, but the epistemic ground on which it and much else in contemporary culture rests. When a dichotomy as central to Western thought as order-disorder is destabilized, it is no exaggeration to say that a major fault line has developed.
Christopher Langton goes even further in his assessment of the way chaos affects biology and the way it may affect other sciences as well.
Artificial life is more than just a scientific or technical challenge. It is also a challenge to our most fundamental social, moral, philosophical, and religious beliefs. Like the Copernican model of the solar system, it will force us to re-examine our place in the universe and our role in nature.